Hey man, what's up?
Hey, how you doing?
How are you doing, dude? I'm doing very well myself.
Oh,
Am I crazy? Did we do a coaching session before?
nope. First one.
Oh, oh, all right, cool, cool. Oh, I obviously caught you with the playing for patrons thing here. I was getting confused here. Okay, cool.
Yep.
All right, nice. So, have you ever had any kind of coaching before?
Not for StarCraft.
All right, that's awesome. Let me make a new file real quickly then, so I can write down some notes as well. So usually I always make a whole bunch of notes during the coaching,
hmm
and you know, I'll send those to you afterwards.
Yep.
So you said you were doing some warm-up games. Did you manage to win any of them? Or did you manage to get any
Uh,
games in, actually?
yeah, I got one in. It was unranked, and because I'm sitting pretty on my ladder points right now, and I was like, I don't want to move, but I was up against a bronze Protoss, so
Oh,
I
alright.
I kind of handily won that game.
Alright, alright. How do you face bronze level people in high gold?
Well, in unranked,
Oh, alright,
so
okay, okay. That's fair enough.
it just throws you in.
Alright. Um, yeah, I'm just adding this thing real quick to the stream here so people can see it as well. Cool. Um, Gonna make it transparent too so you guys can actually read something or like see the game behind it as well.
Yeah, you're getting fancy with your stream, Loco.
I've been trying, man. I'm trying to be fancy here a bit. All right. Is this still readable? If you guys could let me know, that'd be awesome. Because if it is, or if it isn't, I can scale it up a little bit. Anyways, let me have a quick look at your profile.
Oh boy. Okay.
All right, here it goes, man. Here we go.
Oh man, putting all my dirty laundry out on the line right now.
No, man, no worries. You
No,
got.
I'm actually pretty proud of myself. I mean, I played all the way through Heart of the Swarm, and I could never crack anything above high silver, and
Mhm.
that took a really big break. Played a lot of League and
Oof.
played a lot of just other stuff and life in general. And when Legacy of the Void went into the beta, I had a friend that was playing a bunch, so I jumped in on the beta. I think it was like with a month and a half left. I didn't play a whole lot of the beta, but I don't know. The game changes were really good for me. So when the game came out, we could finally ladder again. I got placed right away in bronze because it was not a happy time, and that's when I contacted you. But I started doing some playing, and I started to learn builds. Um, and I worked my way up into gold. So funny story, I was so used to the Heart of the Swarm mechanics that I would look at like 12, 13 workers, and I'm like, oh yeah, I could start like building buildings now because I'm where I'm usually at in Heart of the Swarm. And I was playing against somebody who just absolutely stomped me, and he messaged me after the game. He's like, dude, why did you go 13-12? It's like, isn't that normal? He's like, hold on, let's go into a game. And he pulled me into a game. He was really cool. I feel bad I don't remember his name because I'd give him complete credit. He's like, you've been cheesing every single game of Legacy of the Void. And I went, oh, that's my problem. So once I got over my own stupidity, I was able to actually ladder and do well, and it's a lot of fun. It's a nice, refreshing touch.
Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, that was basically like the equivalent of doing like 9, 10 pulls constantly every single game. I think most people did that at the beginning though. It's like, oh, 15 hatches? Okay, oh, 14. 14 is pretty much the same as 15, right? Who needs an overlord anyway?
I don't know. I mean, what are they for? What are they for? Anyways, they don't attack.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, I'm just going through your ladder history. You've been playing for a long time. You get a lot of medals in there.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I
Nice.
played all the way through Heart of the Swarm.
Mhm.
I had a friend that got in right at Wings of Liberty, so I don't think I did a whole lot in Wings of Liberty. Maybe like
Mhm.
a few seasons.
Yeah, you get a couple seasons in there as well, but like the end of Links of Liberty, like
Yep.
2012, I believe, or 2013 is when Heart of the Swarm came out. I think.
Yep, that sounds about right. I didn't get into StarCraft until after I graduated college, so.
Mhm. All right, cool. So do you have like one goal in mind of what you really want to achieve, or do you just want to rank up?
Well, you and I talked a
Mhm.
little bit about it, but if you go to my statistics, I'm garbage at ZVT. It's a bad matchup for me. You look at I was actually sub 30% until last night when I got two Terran games in a row where they both cheesed with Reapers, and when I stopped it, they just raged.
Uh huh.
So I think that buffered my percentage, but that's where I need my focus today. I'm okay at Protoss. I'm okay. I like Zerg versus Zerg. That's a great matchup for me, but my ZVT needs work.
All right. Yeah, so you got 48% versus Protoss, 35 versus Terran, and 55 for Zerg. So I would definitely say Zerg versus Terran is the best way to start off.
Yeah.
So what is it you do in Zerg for the Zerg that makes you have like such a high win rate? Like what is your general go-to style?
So I've learned how to stop at least at gold tier. The Bane and Ling push at the beginning of the game. I go straight for roaches. I'm gonna tell you this, and it's gonna make everybody cringe. I hate Banelings. I hate them. I don't know how to use them properly. I always just make them, and I get terrible exchanges. And
I understand your Terran win rolls now, man.
yep, and that's a big reason. Is I'm hoping maybe you can give me some good strategy for that. But if I go quickly enough, and if I micro correctly for like the first 30 seconds of engagement with Zerglings, I can usually get roaches out enough to where I can block the ramp, and if they're not intelligent enough to micro around my roaches, they usually just sacrifice to roaches, and one of two things happen. Either I can push with my Lings and win, or we go into macro, and I like macro, so...
All right.
So but I know it is very, very Gold League related. So I'm gonna need work down the road when I get into platinum. So, but that can be for another day.
Yeah, no worries. I understand. So macro focus is the most important part. Now I was just wondering if you were still going 13-12 every game and just mainly cheesing, and, that resulting in 55% win rate. I mean, it could be. There's a lot of people that have that though. Like there's a lot of people that would tempo every single Zerg for the Zerg in Heart of the Swarm and then have like 80% win rate. I mean, it works.
I actually really enjoy. I don't get cheese that much. Maybe it's because I'm out of bronze and silver, but a lot of games. I mean, yeah, you get early aggression, but it's legitimate aggression. It's something that is doable if you don't cheese yourself. So.
Yeah, exactly. And I would say like if you want to just improve over time, macro is definitely the way to go. Like you can probably rank up to platinum really easily if you just cheese every game, but you're not gonna get much better from it, right? Like
I was gonna say, what's the point?
Yeah, exactly. So you do have 48% win rate versus Protoss. Zerg vs Terran and Zerg vs Protoss are relatively similar, whereas like Zerg vs Zerg is sort of, well, I shouldn't say relatively similar, but Zerg vs Zerg is very different compared to those two matchups. So what is it did you do in Zerg vs Protoss? Yeah, what kind of unit composition do you go for, and what kind of style do you usually play?
I like Roach Ravager Hydra. I mean, I Roach Hydra to everything in Heart of the Swarm. I'm trying to think. I mean...
Yeah, it's also like a macro focus, right? With like 3 base, I assume?
Yep. I'm trying to think like anything in the recent history that I've played for ZVP, but I can't draw anything specific to mind. I go lots of Roach Hydra, and I've gotten better at reading good placement, because I seem like the times that I win, and I win like close games, it's usually not because of an upgrade advantage. It's usually because I do a better job of microing and watching, which is bad because the review I'm going to show you, or that I'd like to show you if we have time, I float a lot of minerals, so I'm good at doing one or the other. I can macro like a maniac, or I can micro like a maniac, and both is something. Oh, did I lose you?
No. I just simply I just accepted the replay you sent me a while ago.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I got all the Skype sound muted.
It was foreign to me, but I struggle at doing both. So that's where we're gonna need to go eventually.
All right, cool. And I guess we'll just look at this Zerg vs Terran replay as well, and we'll find out what happens. So at first you said you didn't really want to watch it on stream. Oh.
Nope, I'm here.
All right. Did you plug out your microphone or something? It just made a weird sound for a second.
No, I had to pull my door open, so sorry about that.
Oh, okay, no worries. Yeah. So do you want to go ahead and watch this full mech review game?
Yeah. I mean, we can skip through a lot of the. Well, I mean, yeah. Let's watch it. Who wants to host it? You or me?
I already got it here. So if you could give me the party lead, I'll just open it up.
Absolutely.
Cool. Yeah, so it's just to get like a basic understanding of how you usually play Zerg versus Terran, and afterwards we'll just play some actual games.
Yes, that sounds great.
So usually like we don't really need to watch any more than like 10 minutes max.
Yeah.
But yeah, just to get an understanding. Because since you titled it Too Much Mech, I can imagine this game takes like 3 hours, which happens every now and then.
Yeah. Well, it was a close game, and that's kind of what got me. Was it was against a plat, which you can see. So that's why I wanted to show it to you, because this is where my matchups struggle, and I felt like I had moments where I could have pushed and actually won, but I didn't because I wasn't aware that I had the lead. And I went back and I looked. I used GG Tracker. That's right. And I was looking at that, and the whole game was feeling like, God, I'm behind. I can't win. And I went at GG Tracker, and I'm like, oh God, I had like 2 moments where I could have just pushed and won.
Well, that's great practice on its own, right? Like next time you're in this scenario, you'll probably be able to just push the opponent and win. That's a lot of StarCraft though. Like a lot of it is just simply being aware whether or not you're ahead or not, and that's actually really difficult. It takes a lot of games to figure out when you're actually ahead. Like as obvious as that may sound, like oftentimes you feel like you're really far behind because he's been like going Blue Flame Hellions or whatever, and then you check the replay, it's like, well, he killed like 3 workers and he lost like 6 Hellions for that, right? Like it's not doing all too much.
Yeah. So the beginning of the game is pretty tame. I don't think there's a whole lot going on. What production tab? Yeah. I kept scouting him because I've been trying to get better at Terran scouting, but of course walls are stupid. But I saw that he pulled siege tanks early, and it'll be the second scout that gets that. But go ahead.
Yeah, no, I actually really do like that Zerg scout there. That helps a lot. And the overlord position is a little risky right there, but at least having something at the front to scout is really, really nice. I liked it a lot. I was wondering if you had like a specific reason why you made about 10 Zerglings, I believe, early on. Because normally people get away with like 4 or so. I don't know if you have like any particular reasons why you make like 10.
I think I had the wrong build order. I think I went out of order and was worried about the Reapers coming in. So I think I just had 5 sitting in my larva pool, and I just reflexively made them.
All right.
So I don't think there wasn't any reason. Usually I put out like 4 to 6 just to combat Reapers.
Okay. Yeah. No, I was okay. That's fair enough. Cool. Now maybe you had like maybe you were going 10 Zerglings every game. It's like, well, probably shouldn't be going for that many of them. Yeah. So you do end up scouting the siege tank, I suppose, when you run up the ramp again. Cool. All right. So I think we can definitely get away with a heck of a lot more workers early on, and probably also make the 3rd base a little bit faster.
Okay.
As you can see, like you're floating quite a couple of minerals here and there.
Yeah. What's a good timing? What's a good minute timing for 3rd against ZVT?
So usually versus Terran, you like the idea. There's not so much like a super specific timing, but usually after starting Zergling speed, you pull the drones out of the gas, and because you pull the drones out of the gas, you'll have like quite a bunch more income in minerals, and you'll just get the 3rd base started as soon as you can. So usually that is in between, I believe, the 1st and the 2nd inject popping off. So it's actually, let me go back into the game. It's probably right around this time or so, like 3.5 minutes ish, I think.
Okay.
I don't know the specific timings, which is kind of silly, but yeah. So right now you see like you have a bunch of larvae to spend. After spending these larvae, usually you go ahead and get the expansion going.
Okay.
But those are details. All right, the roach warren timing is then actually pretty good. So usually like a nice way I like to keep track of it is, if you see the Terran not doing anything scary, like you sort of see in this game, like you can probably assume here, it's a safe assumption to make that he has the natural rate. Usually at that point, it's safe to assume you can go for a 3rd base, and then when you start the 3rd, you also start the Roach Warren. So you basically group those 2 together, right? So Roach Warren and the 3rd. But the timing on that Roach Warren is good. I would probably just make the 3rd base at the same time too.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, so I think we can put a lot more focus on just keeping the larva at 0. So there's constantly a lot of larvae available.
Okay.
Keeping those at 0 would help out a lot, actually. Like, there's a lot of extra income you'd get from that. interestingly enough, there's there's a Viking right next to the Overlord at the front. He's not killing it. Even though he burrowed this Widowmine underneath the Overlord, but didn't kill it with the Viking
I
next to it.
noticed that watching the review. I was like, oh,
that's weird.
Well, and that's kind of why I like the Overlord there. I'm so used to ZVZ where you can drop Overlords just anywhere, and they're, for the most part, safe for the first 7 to 8 minutes of the game. But I just reflexively do it for all my matchups because at some point I usually sack an Overlord just to get scouting information anyways. I should probably do Zerglings because they're cheaper, but it's just nicer and just easier because it's a reflex.
Yeah. Yeah, I really do like that you have to scout in the front. What would you do, like, if this Overlord dies? Do you generally tend to, like, replace it with a Zergling or something, or? Okay, yeah, that's actually, that helps out a lot. One thing I was wondering about as well, now I see the 3rd queen building. Do you ever mess around with more queens, or do you usually stick around to 1 per hatchery?
I usually do 1 per hatchery.
Okay.
I've never really experimented one way or the other. I know it's a good. I know that's good against early air. And that's usually where I struggle with ZVT, and I'm sure that's where you're going.
yeah. Like the idea, okay, so here's where I'm going for, right? The idea is that we get a lot of drones early on, and that we basically don't die to any kind of Terran aggression, right? Okay. And the nice thing about queens is that they don't cause larvae, so you can just sort of make them and, you know, not worry too much. You also don't need any gas for them, so no matter what's going on, you can pretty much always build queens, right? So queens are actually currently, I would say, like the best defensive tool Zerg has. Like versus all Terran early game aggression, you can just make queens. Like you can literally get away with like 12 queens and still be fine.
Okay.
Well, I wouldn't recommend going 12 queens every game, but I think just for practice sake, we'll go ahead and make like 4 to 6 queens in a game and just see how that goes.
Okay.
Even if they don't like play aggressive, we can use them for creep spreading and, you know, use them to inject other hatcheries later on. And since you can also queue up inject, it just makes it worthwhile to add on extra queens.
Okay. I mean, we could always go for the elusive 200 supply queen army.
Yeah, no, like I don't know how your ping is to the server and if you can like transfuse fast enough. Technically speaking, it shouldn't die, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's like good luck killing it.
No, but it's legit good though. You see it quite a lot as well at the highest level. People going for queens early on, and at some point they just let them accumulate energy, and then they add on Ultralisk really quickly as well. And the queens can just keep the Ultras alive forever.
Yeah, I've been watching you play lots of late game Ultralisk. It's been really fun. I wish I could actually get to that point in the game. Yeah,
but I'm just saying, like, you know, the queens. It's not like, oh, queens are great in Gold League. No, they're always good, right? You can always get away with more of them. So like, what is it you usually have issues with in Zerg vs Terran? Like, do you have like, can you pinpoint any particular things that you find difficult?
Well, Liberators are annoying, but I'm getting better with those just from microing Ravagers and getting the right amount. I struggled with trying to get the right amount and the timing. And I've gotten better at that, usually seeing if I can get Overlords kind of put, let's see if I can ping, like here and here, just to see them start coming in towards the mineral lines. Having Ravagers nearby and just picking them off that way. But I'd say my biggest struggle would be drops. Getting distracted. So I told you that my macro and micro are usually completely separate of each other, and if I start getting drops, my macro slips really, really fast. So I'd say that's probably a lot of the frustration.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, that's probably the reason why you put 2 spore crawlers down.
Yep.
That's fine. Cool. Yeah. So usually there's like 2 builder Zergs like going for. One of them is like Mutaling Bane, which you've been seeing probably since Wings of Liberty.
Yep.
I wouldn't recommend going for that too much because it's really difficult to control, and like you need a lot of APM to just efficiently control that army around, let alone just, you know, do everything else as well. And the crease threat becomes super important and stuff. Roach Ravager and like switching to Hydras and whatnot, pretty much what you're doing here. Is actually much easier to control. It's just much weaker against drops as well, right? So, whereas Mutaling Bane is great against drops, the Road Ravager style is very difficult to defend drops with. So I would say static defense is definitely good against it. But what we'll do is just have you practice against someone who's going for drops as well. So that's probably making it easier.
Yes, that would be great.
Yeah, and actually, like the queens are also good at defending drops. But
Okay.
anyways, so we got a semi +1/+1 timing attack incoming.
I'm so good at my semi timing attacks.
Yeah, so like +1 attack and +1 armor are about halfway done. Usually want to try and, you know, cope those lined up, but that's fine. Like, we'll have a replay Ravager Roach Zergling timing. 847 with 116 supply. Just so we have like a reference point to go back to later.
Okay. We're gonna watch this drop real fast.
Yeah, this is gonna die real bad, isn't it?
There it goes.
And that's gone. All right. So honestly, like this is where most of the game is lost, right? Like, we can watch the rest of this replay, but these sort of things didn't happen. That looked painful as well, man. Like,
I mean, you're gonna need to not safe for work this when you put it on YouTube. And you just gotta put a big old stamp,
blur it out.
trigger warning, and oh, it's just bad.
no worries. Yeah. So he went for a weird battle cruiser timing right here, going for the planetaries as well. But I think the basis is definitely solid. Like, you know, the army composition is definitely right, and then getting the drones early and then switching to a big army and whatnot definitely is solid as well. I think we could just optimize it a little and probably be fine against most of the shit that's going on versus Terran. I actually really do like the creep spread. Pretty much everyone that I coach in Gold League doesn't spread any creep whatsoever.
Yay!
That's actually very nice.
I mean, I got the hero creep tumor doing its work, but
Yeah.
I could do better. I need to do like 3 or 4, but then I think that would come along with ramping up my queen count as well.
Yep. Queen injects, very solid. You're hitting pretty much every single one of those. So that's actually very good. That
has been a huge point of practice for mine, so thank you. I really appreciate that.
Well, I mean, just look at your queens. There's no energy on them, really. So that's good. It's actually, that helps out a ton because you'll be able to, you know, make a lot of stuff. So that's what we do, okay? We'll play a game where we do like the same thing. And we'll focus on a couple more queens. So we'll focus on, let's say, 6 queens, just for practice sake. We'll focus on 6. And we'll want to try and keep the larva at 0, okay? So we're just going to spam constantly between the hatcheries just to make sure that there's 0 larva available. And we'll see what that does to your income, okay? And how difficult that's going to be. Now, no worries. It's likely going to be a little different when you have a guy yelling in your ear what to do, but... Whoa! Odin, thank you for the €100 donation. Holy shit.
What? That's awesome.
That is sick, man. That was a €100 donation. Did I see that right? Damn, Odin. That's a massive donation. Can I see 3 hearts from each and every one of you in the chat? I'll even pull out the chat here as well, man. Can I see 3 hearts?
I gotta do it too.
Oh man.
They're not gonna know.
No. Like the Twitch delay still has to catch up right here.
They're not gonna know.
You'll see what it happens, man. You'll see the 3 hearts spam the chat. But Odin, thank you so much, man. There we go.
There it is.
That is super generous of you, man. Yesterday, you actually subscribed for 6 months. We had our half-year anniversary yesterday, man. €3 signs. That's not the one I said, Dr. K. Thank you very much, man.
In before sellout.
I mean, you know, if you're not allowed to thank someone that's giving you €100, like if that is sellout, I don't know what sellout means anymore.
I know. I'm sorry. It's a tough life for Twitch streamers.
You can never do something right, man. Like whatever you do, it's always wrong. It doesn't matter.
There it is.
There we go. Exactly 15 seconds after you said it, right? Like.
Beautiful.
Anyways, thank you very much, Odin. That's fucking nice of you, man. Really, really generous of you. Thank you.
I mean, now if you want to send 100 my way too, my Twitch account is Rushichiro with an extra 0. I mean, you can hit me up anytime. Just saying. Sorry, don't mean to hijack your stream.
So generous.
Okay.
All right. Let's see if we can get back to this, man. But thank you. I've said thank you like 100 times already, but thank you, bro. All right. So what was I saying? I was saying something.
We were gonna do a match with
Oh,
46 queens.
Yes, and keeping the larva at 0. There's the sellout spam. Thank you, Rashi. Jeez, man. No, they're telling you you're a
I was gonna
sellout,
say
right?
that, yeah, I'm the sellout. See, hey, good friends, they take flack away from their friends. So let me absorb this for you. Bring it, chat. Bring it.
We are gonna need a Terran player to play against, though. I don't know if you have someone online yourself that you want to play against, or.
I don't actually.
All right.
So the person that I normally call on, that's 98% of the time on this time of day, is not. So.
All right, no issues. If any of you want to help us out in your gold level Terran, and you have the ability to close a live stream, please join group LowkoTV on the North American server. So we're actually on North America, not on Europe. So if you type /join LowkoTV on NA, just like this in the chat, you get to the group and just say, hey, I'm gold level Terran, and I'll send you the invite. Oh, if Odin actually meant to donate 10 and he accidentally entered 100, I will send him back the rest, man. I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy.
Flamingo Paradise. You have to be nice to me if you play.
What? Oh, I can be the Terran player. All right, there we go. Yeah, but no worries if things go a little bit differently than you're used to playing. Like,
yeah.
You know, it's always a little different when you play.
Oh, that's cool.
Platinum random? No, man. Random platinums are scary.
Oh, God.
We'll give a Gold League a try first, and then we'll go.
Yes, please. Thank you.
What map should we go for? Laralek Crest. There's not there any great maps right now, but...
Oh, okay, this will be good because I have that permanently banned. So this will be good.
All right. We can pick another one. What do you prefer?
I really like Prion Terraces. I think my best win rate map is the one that starts with Dusk, I think, but I like Prion Terraces a lot. It's a fun map.
You like the gold bases? I see.
I do. I'm a Zerg player, man.
Yeah, I see. Why can't I ever need a bronze Protoss? I'm sorry, Antiquity. We do actually have a spot for one more, though. Come on, guys. It's like 400 people. There must be one gold level Terran. I hope. I hope.
Well, where did Flamingo Paradise end up at?
Oh yeah, right. It's North American server, by the way, guys. North America. So normally I'm on EU. Oh yeah, you did mean to donate 100. All right, fair enough, troll. Thank you, Odin. Those are 100 Norwegian euros, man. They've got a lot of them in Norway.
I'll play one-handed if that'll handicap me down to gold.
Wow. I don't want to know what you do with your hands, Right Dagger. Please don't give me any details.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I saw. How do you leave chats? Do you know?
How do you leave chat? You can right-click on the chat box on the right-hand side.
Oh, all right, there we go. Yeah, I was in arcade chat for some reason. Didn't want that.
Oh.
All right, the Flamingo. If you could type /join LowkoTV on the North American server, I'll type it in the chat as well. I'll send you an invite. Thank you very much for helping us out.
Woo!
There's a whole lot of gold level players, but I think they're all Zergs.
Yeah, Zerg's pretty prominent right now.
Well, I mean, the live stream title said Zerg coaching night, so I would say that's why. Most people are probably watching because they want to learn some Zerg, not because they want to learn how to lose as Terran, right?
Alright, let's jog over to Avalos's channel and let's go troll him for about 5 minutes.
Those games take a long time. Oh, we got the Flamingo. Cool. Ciela. That's a beautiful name for the Flamingo Paradise. You're rocking that Platinum League, though?
I was just gonna say, but I'll trust him.
He's Platinum League with 5 wins and 1 loss. How does... Alright, Massengal. Here, I'll send you an invite. Ciela, we may give you a try in the next one, okay?
Also has a platinum banner.
He's Gold Terran. He says he's Gold Terran, but...
Okay.
He's Platinum Zerg, Gold Terran. I see. Alright, we'll just give it a try. It should be alright.
Sure.
It's just for practice sake anyway. We don't really care too much about the things that we're playing against. All right.
Yeah, that's fair.
So here's what we're going for. Okay, we'll go for the same thing as you were executing in the game that we watched. We'll go for +1 attack, +1 armor, and roach speed.
Okay.
And then I'll just talk you through the order of the building, so don't worry too much about that. But instead, we're gonna focus on getting like 4 to 6 queens first. Let's say 6, and keeping the larva at 0. Okay, and we'll just go from there. And I'll just guide you through the order of the buildings, but just try and keep the macro as spot on as possible. Okay, so the queen injects, larva at 0, and yeah, just focus really on the mechanics, so to say.
Alrighty, let's do it.
Cool. Could you play passive macro type stuff? That'd be great. Now, he obviously knows exactly what you're going for, which doesn't really help your case, but should be okay. Cool.
Hey.
All right, let's go.
This is gonna be fun.
Do you ever play games where so many people? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Man, see, here's the thing. I'm a band teacher, so I've been a performer all my life. So performing in front of large groups of people, I have to look at people and see them when I play music. Doing this, there's only one person here, so
exactly,
we're good. Okay, so I'm going to drop the Overlord over at the second gold.
Cool.
Just for fun. And I'll still drop my second Overlord at the entrance to my base.
No worries. Cool.
Okay.
Oh man, I reinstalled my computer and like, I hate how Skype by default mutes all other applications. It's really annoying me.
Yeah, it's one of those. It was good in theory.
It's good for the average user, but I don't want it on by default.
Phenomena. Sorry, I make lots of musical things when I play. So you have to
I mean, you're the
me.
band teacher, right? So I'm not too surprised.
Hey man, it's good stuff. It's good life.
So what do you play?
Tuba. I'm a tuba player by trade. I also play string bass.
Wow. All right, that's actually really cool. I've never met a tuba player before, man.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Nice.
So the story behind that, since we got a little bit of time here to kill. So I was originally a clarinet player when I started, long time ago when I was 10 years old. And I was kind of a hyperactive kid. I mean, what computer nerd wasn't when they were in their tweens and teens? But I was apparently bad, according to my parents. And my 6th grade year came around, and over the summer, my fellow bandmates that played tuba quit, and the band director came to me and said, "Hey, I bet you'd be a great tuba player." And I was like, okay. So I did it. Apparently it was to anchor me down because I was really fidgety and noisy, but hey, I mean, something right happened out of it all. So
I just paused real quick. Well, that's awesome, man. That's really cool. Hold on, I need to Google tuba real quick, man. I'm sorry, I have to betray you like this. All right, that's a tuba. I was correct in that, man. Now I can pull the foreigner joke where I talk about how English isn't my first language, but I don't even know the Dutch name of it either.
Man. Oh, that's good.
Oh, it's called a tuba in Dutch as well. Well, fuck, that one doesn't fly. But that's awesome, man. That's sick. And a string bass, you said?
Yeah. Yeah, I play that. I usually play that for jazz.
That's sick. Those are very opposite things, right? Am I crazy? But
no, they're the same voice part. I mean, one's a string instrument, but it's the same. It's the same music to read.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I understand. Sorry, Missing Gull is alt tabbing. He doesn't know what's going on.
Uh-oh.
He did pause the game. Yeah, he paused the game. I hope he's not falling disconnect.
I mean, this is looking bad. Did I just win? Hooray!
Oh man, did I break it? I'm sorry, Messingal. I didn't break. Okay, he's good.
Oh,
He's good. He's good. All right. Sorry about that.
Okay, here we go.
So about the game, let's pull the drones out of gas when we hit 100. I forgot to mention that.
Oh, and that's just right now, so I'm at 0. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Should I pull into my second?
Just pull them to the main.
Sorry.
Just pull 2 out of them and just put them back to the main.
Okay. Because I'm full up. I mean, I'm oversaturated.
Yeah, that's fine. You still get extra income past 24 or until 24. No big deal. Let's just keep this larva at 0 though. So let's just hit 1 SD. Or
I'm grid.
1 QQQ. All right, QQQ.
I made Zerglings. I already shit the bed. Damn.
Oh, no big deal. No big deal. All right, we'll just follow it up with a lot of drones instead. Okay. So let's queue up some more queens. Let's go straight on to 4.
Okay, there's 4.
And we'll just use those Zerglings defensively for now until link speed finishes. You can scout with 1 if you want, but.
Yeah, let's go. Go, Hero Ling, go!
And let's also make another Overlord. So this one we're gonna have to like delay the third a little bit, but that's fine. Like we'll just focus on getting 6 queens out immediately and just see how that goes. Okay, so in this game, like he's not gonna pressure us. We already know that, but you know, we'll just see how it ends up going. Very good.
So that one will spread creep. This one will also spread creep.
All right, now let's start 2 more queens.
2 more, okay. Ooh, heavy queens. All right.
And let's make sure to also put them on a hotkey, okay? And like the thing about queens is that they're super good at early game defense. Like everything early game defense related is great. What as far as queens go. I like that Zergling Scout, very good. And let's go ahead and just keep on making drones. And now that we have a lot of income, let's also start the third base up. So this Zergling right now that you put close to his base is super important. So that's actually really great to see. Well, we don't want to sacrifice. We don't need to sacrifice one. We can just put it close to his base so we know when he's moving out. All right. So now that we made the third base, remember what we also do? We put down the Roach Ward.
Oh, yep. They're simultaneous.
Yep. And at that point, you also want to add on 2 more gas and put the original guys back in gas.
I was just thinking that.
Very good. A couple overlords here. Very nice. So basically, to stay safe against Terran, we're gonna need to make like 3 to 4 roaches out of that roach warren, just in case, like he's going for, let's say, a lot of aggression with liberators, for example. We can morph those into ravages if we need to. We'll just make like 3 for safety's sake, and besides that, we just drone up. Just make a heck of a lot of drones.
Do I want it? I don't want any gases at my third, right?
Ideally, we'd saturate all the gas in the main and natural first, just because the gold minerals are so valuable.
Okay.
All right, let's make overlords. And you can already see the minerals starting to pile up a bunch, right? So let's try and keep those at 0. So we'll go for the lair and then the double evo chambers too. Cool.
Would I want to build any static D just like I know that we're not going to like I know he's playing passively, but would I want to, like at my my small ramp at the front, would I want to put down any static D? Like to help with that mineral count, because I mean that'd take 200-300 minerals out.
I wouldn't actually do it if you don't absolutely have to.
Okay.
Like the longer workers are mining, the more stuff we get as well. So it's not just like that they cost the minerals and stuff, but you also lose some income from it, right? So putting down like 4 static defense that you're not really gonna use is it hurts my Zerg soul to do it. Like technically it's not bad, right? But I wouldn't recommend doing it if you don't have to, right? Just to drop the minerals.
Okay.
Is that usually what's a little easier to do or a little better to do is just to make sure you really focus on those queen injects and just get the minerals down. Or if you're really floating a lot, just throw down a macro hatchery. Like it's totally okay to drop down a macro hatchery right now, especially because you're going to be mining a gold base, right?
Yeah. So then how do I? So then how? I mean, because I'm already sitting at 800 minerals right now. So like, what does that then go into? So my layer's going up. Obviously, I'm going to start roach production here shortly. But if I start saturating my third, I mean, holy crap.
Yeah. So what we'll do is like move a queen over to the third, start injecting right there as well, and rally all of the larvae that we get to the third base. Okay. So you're gonna get a lot of income from that. Now, because you know that right now, you can already sort of feel that. Like, oh, I already have 800 minerals. I'm probably not gonna spend it. You can just go ahead and make a macro hedge. Right now. Like right now is actually it doesn't feel like a good timing, right? But it's actually a solid timing because you know you're likely gonna be flooding in the future as well.
Yep.
So if you have that feeling right now where you're like, what the hell do I do? Just make a macro hatchery. It's better than having lose minerals, right? And if you watch any pro gamer streams, like you will never see like 5 hatchery off of 3 base or whatever. But it's totally fine. Like don't worry about it, right? It's much better than having 2,000 minerals flooding. So what we'll do in this specific case is just drone up the third base completely as well. And just keep an eye out on the minimap, right? Like we have a lot of vision. If you look at the minimap right now, I mean, you can't move around. We should be able to see when he's moving out, just barely. I would probably want the Zergling a little closer to his base, though, just to see if he's moving out, right?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and what we can still do, what I meant to push, or what I meant to explain earlier, is to make a couple of safety roaches right when the roach warren finishes. So here's what we do, right? We re-rally to the third base, start up +1/+1 as soon as we can, and then start up like 4 roaches as well as soon as we can. So right now, start like 4 roaches, then rally to the third.
Okay, I can do that.
All right. Sorry, Messingal, if you're ever watching this back. Oh no, he's all tapped. It's fine.
Nope, I'm appreciative. Thank you, Mass.
Cool.
Okay, so there's 4 roaches.
Those are 8 Zerglings, rather.
Oh, good.
No worries, no worries. There we go. And I'm ready to the third.
That's dumb.
No big deal.
That was dumb on my part. Okay, I'm also doing that. That was silly.
And let's start up the second Evo chamber too. There we go.
I'm embarrassed. Why did that not go?
No big deal, man. No big deal at all. It's looking very good. Especially for a first attempt here. It's looking great. All right, so let's get the third base injected as well. We have a couple more extra queens. Let's get those over to the third.
Oh, nope, you stay. Not your turn. Boop. Oh, will it double?
Well, it doesn't.
No.
It just stacks it. Oh, it doesn't stack it. It just queues it.
That's actually kind of cool.
Yep. But let's get that thing rallied up, okay? Let's start up the a lot of drones here. We can start a heck of a lot more. And let's start up +1 armor too, as well as roach speed.
Okay. Roach speed. Oh.
It's in the natural.
Here.
There we go. Cool.
And then
More drones. More drones.
I'm all droned up.
No, we need a couple more because we're gonna take all the gases too. So let's take like 10 more here. There we go.
Oh, okay.
And now we take all the gases. Yeah. So basically, you always take the minerals first and then the gases.
Got it. Oh, that makes sense because you're. Oh, okay. That was. I was overthinking that one.
All right.
Because then you get the extras, and then when those pop, you just pull them. Oh, that's brilliant.
Exactly. So let's start making non-stop roaches right now. Non-stop roach production here. And if we keep the overlords going as well, we should be able to max out relatively quickly here. So
hello.
Just want to point out, right? Last time we were about 2 minutes later into the game, and you were at the exact same amount of supply, and your upgrades were, halfway done. And that's just simply from prioritizing drones over like anything else, right? And there's still room for improvement here for sure, but it's looking very much better already than just that one replay we saw.
Nice.
Let's just make a lot of roaches here, and we'll push out right when roach speed finishes, okay?
Okay.
So let's make a lot of shit. We have a lot of larvae still. There we go. And let's get going. Well, we may want to wait for those roaches to finish up now, but...
Oh, is roach speed done? Oh, good call.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, come on, roaches, let's go.
And in the meantime, let's also take like that fourth base and maybe a macro hatch or something, because we're floating a lot of minerals.
Yeah, we are. Oh, Lord.
So you see what happens if you make a lot of freaking drones early on. It messes up the macro quite a lot, but that's okay. Now, your opponent is definitely not Gold League. He said he's Gold League. He's not. He has more supply right now than you have in the game. He said he was Gold League. I don't really believe it, but...
Liar.
especially because he had the Platinum League border with Terran. But let's make more roaches here. So usually, like if you practice this a couple more times, I'm sure you can do it as well here. Usually you max out at this point, right? Right when this push hits, you'll be 200 supply. You just sort of have to push just because, you know, there's not very much as a follow up. Yeah, and you know, in this game we probably won't be able to do too much damage anymore, but we can still keep on pushing here. See at least if there's some damage we can do. If there's too much stuff though, it's kind of tough.
Yeah, that's too much.
Yeah, that's too much.
Ah, rip roaches.
Alright, so as a follow-up, we have a couple options. We could go for Hydras, like you wanted to. We can go for Lurkers. We can go for Hive.
Well, so with all of those siege tanks, would we want to go Muta?
Mutas are really good here. The only problem is that there's also a lot of Marines, right? So if you're not too confident in the micro, it's hard to pull Mutas off.
Okay.
A great way of dealing with the siege tanks would, for example, be Ravagers, right? Like, you're going to make a lot of Ravagers here.
Mm-hmm. I can do that.
Yep.
Okay. Crap, I got plenty.
Yep.
Let's go 10. Okay, I got that guy there. Let's pull you over here.
But basically, this is like the push that I wanted to practice for the most part, right? So we can definitely continue onwards in this game. But I think if you do this push that we just did, nearly perfect, or like a little bit better than we did right here, there's a very small chance that you're actually going to be losing against gold level players here.
Okay.
Now he's playing extremely passive because I asked him to, and normally they do move out at some point.
Yeah. Because this would be the opportunity where I would want to do one of this and split the army, and then let him.
Yeah, exactly. Now he's not gonna move out because he's already trying to take a 4th base, right? So we'll likely have to go ahead and push those.
You know that, I don't.
you saw it on the minimap. I see it just as much as you do.
Oh.
You had a Zergling sitting there or something, or like an Overlord. I don't know.
That's right. Thanks, Zergling Scout.
All right, let's hit those Queen Injects again.
Oh God. Okay.
Before heading in, and let's max out because we have a lot of income still. Well, we have a lot of larvae as well, actually.
We just have a lot.
Yeah, we
we
have a lot.
To have a lot. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Let's go.
All right.
Do.
All right. So you'll be able to do quite a bunch of damage here. Don't flood your own. Don't kill your own army. Okay, good. And this is a fine. This is okay if you can take a reasonable fight here. Just reinforce with a lot more stuff. Let's hit the corrosive bio as well. There we go. Upgrades are good, very nice. And let's follow up with roaches and roaches and hydras once again. And you see, like, these fights, they may look very weird, right? Because you're like, what the hell? Normally I lose that kind of shit, right? But that's just the +2/+2 upgrades that just finished up. Those upgrades are super good. Okay.
Okay, don't push too much. Don't overcommit.
Yeah, and watch for the reinforcements.
I had hydras.
There we go.
There they are.
Alright, so let's push once again through the middle, okay?
Through the middle, alright.
So that was a great fight right there. That was a really, really solid fight.
Yeah, those Ravager. I had so many Ravagers.
Yep. Let's not give him any more time than we absolutely need to.
Okay.
Just, let's push in. Cool. So once again, you can move some of your army forward here and kill those siege tanks really easily. Okay, keep reinforcing with more roaches and ravagers. Well, and hydras actually. And just keep macroing. Good. Very nice. So while we're fighting here, you can actually go ahead and queen inject. So let's just go to the bases. And you can sort of follow the fight a little on the minimap at this point. But just the sheer amount of shit you have at this point is just too much for Terran to deal with, right? And we didn't really do, like, anything super special here. Like, we did nothing new, right? But that was extremely well played for a first attempt especially. Like, very, very well done. A lot more stuff than him. And it just won the game.
Woohoo!
So nice.
Wow, God. So when I first started, I had a friend who played a bunch, and I think one of his biggest guidelines for me was you want to have the least amount of resources sitting possible. So doing a build like that, like in my brain, like it goes against everything that I've been taught because I'm stacking a lot of stuff. But with Zerg, I mean, it makes sense. If I lose my army and I have enough larva count, I mean, I can just basically repopulate right away, and I have to have that stuff in reserve.
Exactly, like that's the
So,
point. Like we threw away the
makes
first
sense.
army, and that fight like wasn't great. But just because she can reproduce like 4 times as fast as Terran can, I mean, like we still had like people want another story, story time. No, but like simply because you had like a ton of larvae sitting around and a lot of resources, you could just remax so much faster than the Terran can, right? And we still sort of delayed, right? I was getting a little hesitant, like, oh, please move across the map, because like if you give the Terran too much time, they just have a maxed out army again too. But you had actually enough larvae and enough resources to, you know, just max out for a 3rd time as well.
Okay.
And that was just the sheer amount of stuff that you had in this game that was really carrying you through. Very important though, the upgrades you made. I don't know if the timing made any sense to you. We'll just jump into replay real quick just to showcase it.
That works.
But the upgrades that you had actually were super good as well. Like those Marine Marauder versus Roach Ravager fights, they can look a little wonky because if the Terrans are better upgraded than your army is, you'll like lose that fight hard. But if you're actually an upgrade up, it's a very easy fight.
I'm getting questions about tubas in the chat.
I'm seeing them.
I've taken over. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that Terran player was golden at 244 APM. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm feeling really good at 150. Like, good grief.
Yep. It's all fine now.
What tab should I have open? I got production right now.
I usually set production open early on, but after a while, it's really the income that you want to go for. So let's just switch to I right now, and we'll see the amount of workers that you managed to make in this game, right? So in the previous one, I think we had about 40 for the majority of the game, like the replay we watched. But on this one, I think I made you go up to like 60 or 70 workers, where you were kind of uncomfortable, right? You were like, should I like start making army yet? Like, what do I do? Do I still make more workers?
Yeah.
And like I hope it was at least a little obvious that with the queens that you had and the amount of units that you still made, like we made a couple of safety units in the Zerglings and then a couple of safety roaches as well. And because we had this scout out in the front, you would still be able to stop pretty much any Terran aggression. So like the drones you were making were actually a very, very safe amount. Like we probably could have gotten away with them even faster and even more. But basically,
that's crazy.
Like, yeah, like basically you just made a fuck ton of workers early on, and then just, you know, sat on that income for a long time and just remaxed your army multiple times, right? That's basically what happened. But it's all about those drones that you made quickly. So just look at Harfesters right now. And, well, at this point, actually, you can see like the Terran macro being a little bit more spot on. But very shortly, you'll likely be pushing ahead, or at least I'm assuming you will be. So you drone up the 3rd base immediately. So actually, I think we probably could have drawn up a little greedier, looking at the Terran count right now as far as their SCVs go. But this kind of worker count, is that usually something you have, like this many workers off of this small of an army, or does that?
Oh God, no.
All right.
No, I think by 8 minutes, I'm usually just starting to get my 3rd going.
Okay,
I mean,
yeah.
in all honesty, but so many games against Terran I've played have consisted of quick Reaper play into really early drops and aggression. So, like I said, I pulled away from that macro to make sure that I don't die back at home. But will the six queens really make that much of a difference? I mean, I'm sure they will, but it just doesn't seem like that much.
In fights, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they will make actually a really, really big difference. What we'll do is like play against the same guy if he has time. Do you have time for another? I believe he's in the replay, right?
I think so.
Cool. So we'll ask him to play aggressive in that game and just see how those queens do. Okay, so we'll go for 6 queens again, and just see how those will deal with the army. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's actually not too much with this game. It was pretty straightforward. What we'll focus on this one is having that one Zergling close to his base, right? That needs to be there to spot whether or not he's moving out. That's a super important Zerglings.
Okay.
That's a super important Zergling just to know if it's, you know, happening. And if he kills that Zergling, for example, just get back there and immediately replace it.
Okay.
And we'll just, you know, see if we can defend all of that shenanigans he throws at us, okay? So we'll still go for the same timing with +1 and +1 and approach speed and all that shit. But yeah. Can I play normal now? If you're, I guess so. What's normal?
Oh Lord.
Well, ask him what normal is. Maybe he plays like triple proxy banshee and. But anyways, yeah. So the basic idea here is play drones first, minimal army, and then make a lot of shit. That's basically what we went for, and that's super good.
Okay.
All right, he wants to play normal. He doesn't tell us what it is.
Those gold Terran mechanics, I'm sure.
I like how he responds with your winky face to like the double carrot.
I am not Terran. I am Zerg.
Good choice.
I got my light pink. Very important.
It's Pink Power Ranger, right?
Also, the graduating color for music at university.
Well, there's something I didn't know.
The more you know.
Nice. Alright, he's closing the stream. Oh shit, I already started the game. I hope he's here. Alright, so we'll get 6 queens again. I'll just talk you through the building order and whatnot again. We'll just, you know, work on the macro once again and just deal with the shit that he throws at us, okay?
Alright. Oh man, they're asking me what I smoked. That makes me sad.
I mean, you're smoking the tuba, man. Is that something you can say? Probably not, but...
That's too good. Too funny. I don't have a story for this one, Loco, so...
You don't have a story for this one? Oh, shit.
I don't. I'm afraid that I didn't make the chat too angry.
No, man. The chat is very easy to upset.
It's fine. I mean,
fine.
I was there once.
Tuba is like the only instrument you actually wear, right?
No, technically, I mean, that's a sousaphone, and that's a very niche instrument, but yeah, technically, that's right.
That's and drum kits for marching bands. Fair enough.
Yep, that is true.
Fair enough. No, man, I fill downtime for a living. I just talk about nothing for a very long amount of time constantly. It's fine. I can literally talk about nothing for a good, probably 20 minutes while nothing is going on. Like,
it's a good skill, really. It really is, because eventually you're gonna find like something that people are actually interested in. Not saying that you don't, but
nice save.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. All right, so we do want to make 2 sets of Zerglings, okay? Well, we can make drones for now, but
drones.
And 2 sets of Zerglings once the spawning pool finishes.
Okay. Tuba with a beer hat. That's living. Amen, buddy. Okay.
All right.
Two sets or two?
2 sets. Yeah, I would make 2 to 3 sets versus Reapers. So spoiler, he's going Reaper. Okay. Let's go for the queens as well. We want to go 6 queens as soon as possible.
Loco, you were just complaining about stream sniping yesterday, and now you're doing it yourself.
I know.
How dare you?
I went on a bit of a rant, didn't I? Like.
Oh.
Very good. And let's pull the drones off. Pull like the drones out of gas is actually pretty big. Makes a big difference in income. Mostly just because it doesn't pile up your gas. All right. So here's a quick tip, okay, of defending those guys. Just never run your Zerglings off creep ever. Unless you have link speed, just keep him on creep. As soon as he leaves creep, just head back.
Oh.
Very good. And just keep making, just hit 1 Q constantly while this is going on. Do want to make an overload in between as well, but...
You figured out I'm on grid.
Yep. Let's make 2 overlords.
Yep. Oh, I don't have larva.
Yep, you do. There you go. Cool. So yeah, like that's the basic idea. Okay, so defending against Reapers, just don't leave creep, and it should be relatively easy. Yeah. So Dylan right there in the chat got it right. Get 60 drones as soon as possible without dying, then make army and go win. Exactly. So the without dying part is basically what we're working on here. So he's gonna play a little more aggressive, and we'll just have to make sure we don't die. So let's keep the drone count going. Let's keep the drones going. There we go. And we need 2 more queens.
Hello, speedlings. Any more zerglings or just
Nope, just queens. Just queens.
Just queens, okay.
And now that we've got a lot of minerals, let's go for the third base. And a roach warren. And a double gas, exactly. So, making the queen control a lot easier. Just put them on a hotkey, honestly. Like, it makes it so much easier.
Where am I at? Oh, shit. Okay.
Alright, so let's just retake it. Make a couple overlords as well. No, you can actually kill those, but I think it's fine right now anyway. Cool. Let's make the overlords. Oh, get it. There we go.
We're okay. I put it in the wrong spot.
Oh, alright. I see. Alright, let's make the overlords. Put the drones in the gas.
Okay.
And pull the queens forward, okay? The ones that you have extra.
Okay.
Nice. So we'll make a couple of safety roaches right as the overlords pop. We'll make about 4 of them. And then we'll start droning up non-stop. Very good.
Roach Warren is popped. Make those. Put that here. Organizer Simulator 2015 in space.
Exactly. And let's drone, okay? So from here on out, it's really important we want to start making up that drone. So we've been really slow, or not really slow on it, but slower than we were in the previous game. So let's just focus on hitting those queen injects. Did we make the roaches, by the way?
Yeah, I thought I did, yeah. There's 2 right there.
Alright, yeah, cool. So, remember that Zergling Scout at the front as well? So while we're making drones here, remember
that Zergling Scout that I didn't make?
Yep, that one. All good. Just put it close to his base and keep watching the minimap whether or not something's moving out. So we want to drone up completely here. We want to go complete saturation on 3 base here.
Okay.
So since we're floating minerals anyway, let's go make an extra hatchery too. Exactly, cool. Alright, we'll get the lair going and the double evos. Great. Now, making sure you have overload supply is really important because if he starts moving out, we're in a lot of trouble, right? No, those are queens. That's fine.
Yeah, I noticed it right away. I was like, oh, no thanks. Need my mineral back, thank you.
So let's start the lair and then the double evolution chamber as well.
And this time it's actually going to be double.
Yep.
Here we go. Let's watch it. Boom. The scan.
All
right. Do I make anything?
Well, we need a couple more workers.
Oh, that's not okay. That's not okay.
Now we need a lot more workers. That's fine. Just replace the workers that you lose. And, yeah, just keep on pushing here. So, the all army hotkey is sort of a sin here, because we pulled that Zergling that was scouting back, right? So let's get that one back close to his base.
No, it's not an all army. It's one that I've set up myself, and I just happen to have it on there. So
okay.
that's not bad.
Alright. No worries. Let's start a +1/+1. And now that we've got pretty much full saturation, we can also start non-stop roach production here. Let me actually double check here. Yeah, you actually do have full saturation right now. So, cool. We can actually pull even a couple of workers from the main to the third if we really want to.
Oh, it's going to happen again. It's drone apocalypse.
Well, we do have the room to make overseers here, so it should be okay. If you lose workers, though, it's really important to replace them, too. Alright, just replace them. Yep, there we go. Cool. And once again, hit all of those queen injects.
Oh, I'm low. That went off again, didn't it?
I don't know where the overseer is. Oh, it's right there.
I don't know why it didn't come over. That's odd.
Yeah, next time it's probably easier to just make a spore crawler, but let's make more workers though. We still need more workers here. There we go. Great. Okay, now we're done. So let's spend all of our attention to getting those minerals down to 0. Okay, we still want to push out right when the upgrades finish. If you can find the APM though, let's also get the roach speed going.
Yep.
It's
Where's my roach warren?
Same place.
Are you able to see my camera?
Yes, I'm watching all of it through it. Yep.
Oh, good.
I saw you searching for the roach warren.
It was a desperate look, let me tell you. Where are you? Where are you? And I see that in there. Get out of there.
All right. Let's make the roaches.
Oh.
All right.
Okay.
Now, we still want to go for a bit of a move out very soon, right?
Yep.
So keep that in mind. There's probably still some of the guys in your main base. I would be very careful here. I don't know if there's still any Widow Mines in your main. Actually, no, there aren't. Sorry. Well, there you go. Let's push. Let's push. Let's go. +1 attack is done. We have to move. There we go. All right, so reinforce this with as much as you can. Might be Zerglings. There we go. Just make a lot of Zerglings here and just push. Just keep on going. Cool. No, just fight. You can fight.
Oh, okay.
Yep, just go.
I was gonna try and get my roaches up front.
Oh, no, it's not really necessary. Okay, so reinforcing. Okay, so here's a drop, right? Oh shit, I can't actually pulse.
Oh, that's
Just
a big
attack move
drop.
just attack move to your main base. That way the Zerglings move there, but keep your main army on his side of the map. So we want attack move, not move command. Okay, so if you attack move, the Zerglings that are actually moving across will automatically move back, but the rest of your army will still stay in this fight. Does that make sense? Like, we still want to produce more army though. We have still a lot of larvae available. There we go. And while you're producing, you can just keep the rally point of those units in your main base.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm wrecked at home. I mean, now it's
your
gonna be a
reinforcement
course.
should be able to clean it up easily, though.
If they, I don't know where they're at. They're all headed. Oh, okay. So I'm not. So you're gonna have to tell me because you and I have different. Or I have a different definition than what you've got for me on the attack move versus whatever else.
Okay, I see.
So I'm lost on that one.
Yep, we'll go over that one in a little bit. That's fine. Yeah, I wanted to pause the game, but I didn't step myself as a referee, so I couldn't. We should still be able to stop this easily, though. Like, we have a lot of larvae still lying around.
We do? I don't have any in my...
Oh, there's 3 only available, actually.
I was going to say... The problem is I'm going to lose a base race here.
Yeah, I think it would be a relatively easy one, but we'll just go over how to defend that a little easier. This was still looking very fine though. Like that final moment was just a little unfortunate, but everything else you dealt with just fine. Like, even though we lost like fucking 40 workers in this game, I don't know exactly. Yeah, we lost in total 38 workers this game. Oh, actually 76. Never mind. 76 is a little much, but now. He's not actually lifting. Just go kill shit. He's not lifting the barracks. Unless he lifts in like 10 seconds and he's listening to the stream, then we know what's going on. But if he's not lifting anything, he probably doesn't have anything. Alright, there we go. You can actually use the Overseer here to scout about as well. Yeah, so we'll go over how you can remove units out of a hotkey in just a second, and then like go over how to defend the drop a little easier.
Go little hatchery, go.
So try and scout around, by the way, with some overseers. There's a big chance he has another base somewhere. Oh, you got that going, nice. Maybe the other end. Last time he took the base to the west, like the bottom left corner. That's where he took the fort base last time. I don't know if he does, but...
That's where I'm at. I don't know. I'm whispering.
Oh, okay, sorry. Oh, God. That thing has the capability of lifting. Alright, well, technically speaking, your army is bigger than his.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Although, he has a heck of a lot of energy on those medevacs at this point. That makes it tough. But anyways, let's play like 2 more minutes of this match and we'll go, then we'll head to the replay no matter what.
Yeah, this went full shit show.
It's okay though, like for practice sake, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay, so...
Just find his army and kill him. Where are you at? Where you at, Pro or Terran, bro? He's not here anymore.
I think I have an idea where he is. It's gonna be, yep, right here. I think I actually hit my own bio.
yeah, you did. You had nothing but your own units. But it was funny. It's okay though. Alright, so I think you can still easily win this one if we just play it out, but I don't think it's worth playing out.
Yeah.
Unless you really want to win, but...
No, I mean, my honor's on the line, but...
yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah. I mean, I can call this as a GG just to save time.
Yeah, I probably would, but... Cool. Alright. So... let's say, hypothetically speaking, you defended that drop and didn't lose bases, right?
Yeah.
You realize how extremely close, like how extremely steamrolly that game would have been at that point, right?
Yep.
So the only thing we have to figure out is how to defend that drop.
Okay.
So that's fine. That's fine. That's a good problem to have, so to say.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's a couple ways we can do it. I don't know if you know about the alt hotkey that they added in Legacy. It's one of those new things they added as well. A lot of people are not aware of it.
Yeah, hotkeys is that. Yeah, please go for it.
Yeah, so you have control, control +1 or control +4 or whatever makes a hotkey, right? You know about that one. Then I assume you also use shift whenever you make army.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, so right now they also added alt. So basically alt removes unit out of a hotkey group. So let's say you have a whole bunch of Zerglings that are in your control group. You select them and you hit, let's say, alt +6. It removes them out of the original control group they were in and add them to control group 6.
Okay.
Like, does that make sense? Like, it makes sense in my head, but it's rough to, you know, to explain it.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I'm about 50% of the way there.
All right, so let's say you have one massive control group of roaches, Zerglings, and Ravagers in one, right?
Okay.
And you select half of that army, which is all in hotkey number 1, right? You select half of the army and you hit alt +2. What happens is that hotkey number 1 will have the remaining part of that army still on 1, but everything that you had selected previously is removed out of hotkey 1 and added to hotkey 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
And that's actually only since Legacy of the Void. It makes it really easy, for example, to do Zergling run-bys, right? You just select a small group, hit alt +4, get them moving and get them going, and you don't have to worry about your main army control group anymore. That is sort of like it very quickly the way to split off units. Now, I actually probably wouldn't use it here to defend against this drop, but it's nice to try and incorporate it in your play as well. It's harder to actually remember it than to understand. But anyways, okay. I just want to go to the point in this game where we see the drop.
Where all hell breaks loose.
Exactly.
Okay, well, since we're waiting anyways, what would be your recommendation for those mine drops? Like, do I need to have my queens further over to put pressure on the medevacs coming in, or what would be your recommendation there?
Yeah, so usually if you have the extra queens, you just put them on the edge right there, just so you cannot do it again. And then probably put like a spore crawler in the other bases as well, just to, you know, sort of defend against that. Mm-hmm. Most of the time though, the way you defend it is by going for a bit of a faster lair. So usually the lair will have been done by the time he drops those binds. So you just be able to make an overseer immediately. But if you can't, you can use the queens for zoning. Yeah, and the overload spread as well. But you can use the queens for zoning. So let's say you put them right there. Excuse me, like you put them right there. He's not gonna be able to go anywhere with that medevac anymore, which makes it much easier to defend. But then also, like, let's say Lair is still quite a way off. Just put down some spore crawlers and just, you know, be done with it.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's sort of the main thing, I suppose. Like, we lost a lot of workers here, but even though you lost all those workers, you still were significantly high in supply when you actually pushed out.
Yeah. God, just look at all that.
Yeah.
Floating minerals, though.
Well, that's just a matter of practice. Like, if you do this a little more, like a couple more times, I mean, I made you make like 30 more workers than you used to, right? So that obviously results in income. So, all Alright, so here's the bullshit, right? He has 4 loaded medevacs. You kill this little bit of army, and then he starts being annoying with the medevacs. Like, oh crap, what do I do? So, your first gut instinct is to go with the entire army back home, right? Which is annoying, and usually you don't want to go ahead and do that because, well, hey, then you don't win the game. Or at least you don't win the game at that point, right? So, you see the drop come in right now. We'll go right before the point that you see the drop come in. So, you know that way you always add army to your control group? With the cocoons and whatnot added. I can't actually see the hold on. Can I see it right this? Yes. So right now you have all of your army in hotkey number 5, and you have a lot of cocoons in that control group as well, right? If you click that, if you go all the way down to the pages, like you know the numbers on the site, you have, I don't know how many, but there's a whole bunch of cocoons. So one way to simply deal with this is to hit hotkey number 5, which is all of your army, then click the number down to 3, which is all of the cocoons that you see right there. If you then hit Control, which selects all of those building cocoons, and for example, it hit Alt plus 6. Now, it's not going to work in the replay, but what would happen is that it would remove those cocoons out of hotkey 5 and add them to control group 6. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if you do that fast enough, so you go 5, go down to the cocoons that you're building, hit Control, hit Alt plus 6, and then right-click them in the main base. The units that are previously in, you know, the rally point to the other side of the map will then all go to the main base. And you have like a separate army control group to defend the main base and then also be pushing the army with. And that's like the ideal way of dealing with it, right? So obviously in theory it's a little difficult to execute immediately, especially if you're like, you know, in the middle of fighting and you're trying to hit all the queen injects and spamming the minerals and stuff. But I mean, it's not a particularly difficult action to do. It's just a matter of remembering it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually really brilliant. That's really helpful. That's just really helpful.
All right.
So thank you.
I'm glad. One other thing you could do, let's say you missed that one, is to simply put all the rally points of all of your bases. Let's say right here. I don't know if I can ping actually. I can. Can you see that ping?
Nope.
I don't know. Like well,
I'm looking at my main. Where at?
Yeah, I can see your pings for some reason, but you can't see mine. Anyways, I meant the natural. Like, just put them close to your natural. So just select hotkey 1 and just right-click the natural, and all of the units will automatically start moving there, right, when they spawn. Now, at that point, you want to basically break the habit for just a little bit, where you immediately add army to control group 5, and just let them waddle over to the natural instead. So you would re-rally the main base to the natural. At that point, you sort of sacrifice the main base, by the way, but you re-rally the main, or all of the hatcheries to the natural, and just hit 1 QR to make a lot of roaches, and then don't do the whole shenanigans of adding them to hotkey 5. But instead, just let them waddle over there, and that way, like, you would have lost this base, like the main base, but at least you would have still, you know, killed the Terran player, and you probably could go ahead and make like another expansion if you really wanted to, but
yeah. The amount that I could take would not be as much as he could take.
Exactly. Like, you will always do more damage to him at this point than he can possibly do to you, right?
Okay.
Since like he just split up like 50 of his army supply into those medevacs. Like, it's not a small commitment. He's basically leaving his bases, right? Like, there's like the entire army that he has is, well, it's this, right? The ones that you're facing right now with the Ravagers.
Yeah.
So that's like 2 ways you could deal with it. So first off, like, removing the cocoons that you already got morphing in from that hotkey that you got them in. Or what you could even do, right? What you could even do is just scroll down to the cocoons that you have, control click them, and just right click them in the main base. And then instead of like using your control group to move back to your main army, just hit, you know, the minimap, click the minimap and box the army around, for example. Right? So just be a little bit smarter about not just using one control group, but actually you know, using the army optimally, if that makes any sense.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's a little difficult to explain. So I hope I got it across there.
No, you did. That's really helpful.
Okay.
Oh, I just noticed that I had 4 miners on that gas. Whoops.
Well, that's the least of your worries, I would say. It feels terrible, right? Especially because in the RAS text now, like.
That's funny. No, that's really helpful. Honestly, that's That's the best I've ever played against a Terran, where the Terran didn't absolutely just screw it up for themselves. So, I mean, I can't argue with that. It was just a, I mean, that's like any other game. It'll just swing one way or the other. So.
Yeah. Control group 5. Alright, so I just wrote it down real quick as well in that little document thing. What I'll do is just write down the build for you as well, or at least like the pointers that are important. And,
yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, if you like run into something, for example, just let me know. I may forget a thing or two or on accident, but so at 100 gas, zerging speed, plus pool drones out of gas. Now, go 4 to 6 queens. So just keep on playing the heavy queen stuff, just because it'll likely help you out a lot more than just playing 2 or 3 queens. I would recommend going for more queens in pretty much every game, to be honest. Like it's very very useful. So get 4 to 6 queens. Keep a zergling close to his base to scout when he is moving out. And drone up aggressively. So you can drone up very aggressively, as you've been able to see in those games, right? We make a lot more drones than usually you go ahead and do. In the meantime, when you make the 3rd base, make a roach warren, 2 more gas, and put drones back in gas. Then a couple of defensive roaches, and I know this is gonna be a lot of reading, but I hope it made some sort of sense, right? I'm just writing it down here in case you forget.
Oh no, that's fine.
All right, a couple of defensive roaches. When you start the lair, start 2 evo chambers, and start non-stop army production when you hit max saturation, and that's just on like 3 bases.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of text in here. If you run into something though, just let me know. I understand if it's something that's a little overwhelming here at first.
No, that's fine. I got no problem with text. That actually works better for me.
Cool. So what we can do as well is have you practice this move out once again from like 9:30-ish. And we know he's still gonna drop. We'll actually wait until he loads up the dropship. So right around right here. You see what Dylan wrote in the chat?
Yeah.
He says, quit the tuba and start playing guitar. I don't know, man. Tuba is pretty unique. There's a lot of people that play guitar.
Hey, I appreciate that. Oh.
Have you ever heard a girl brag about doing the tuba player? No, okay. I don't know, man.
Oh.
That's mean, dude.
That hurts. That hurts.
I mean,
Right
you get the jazzy chicks that way.
There you go.
All right. Yeah, so we'll practice it from here. So this is right before you make a heck of a lot of shit for hotkey number 5. Just for practice sake, just make all of the army. Like you're making 34 Zerglings right now. Actually, we'll go to the point right before you produce those Zerglings, just to make it a little easier. But just re-rally whatever you're making to the main base, and just keep on pushing with the main army, okay?
Okay.
All right. Can we control... Is he even in the replay?
Maybe.
Also, I can take over. That's fine as well. I don't know if Messengo is actually in the replay. All right, he's here. Cool. Okay, you ready?
Wait, are we playing?
Yep, we're playing from here.
Oh,
It's
I learned
magic.
something new. I didn't know that you could do that.
Yep, you can.
Oh God. Okay. So give me a quick reminder. What am I doing?
That's fine.
Oh, separating the Zerglings out.
For some reason, I can't actually hit the control from replay or like resume from replay because it considers me a player in this match when I'm not a match. That's weird.
Awkward.
Yeah. Oh.
I mean, All your magic is now going to be
What?
nullified.
Oh, it works if I take over. It works if I take over the replay. For
Do
some
it,
reason.
man.
Yeah, okay. I'll just take over. So here's what you do, okay? So
I'm gonna look really good here.
So you're basically moving across the map here with your main army, like you're just about to push. When you see me load up those dropships, and I'm still gonna load up those 4 dropships, just simply start producing army and just don't add it to hotkey number 5 or whatever you're using. Just leave it hanging in the main base and just set the rally point of the hatcheries to the main base or the natural, whatever it's good, right? Now I'm just gonna micro my ass off, so I'm not gonna like go easy or anything. So just try your best and just make a lot of shit, okay?
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Here we go.
All right. Oh man, his
Oh,
hotkeys are completely different than mine.
Oh, there's my handicap. I have to use it. Okay, so we'll just go with that there.
Okay. Now you magically already knew that I was going there, man. How did that happen?
Oh man. Oh, but then you switched it up on me.
Yep.
Go.
Now, this particular map is really annoying for this sort of shit, I'm not gonna lie. So you should still have a lot of roaches incoming here as well, right? I know we're floating a lot of minerals.
Yep. Oh, okay. That wasn't the hotkey I was looking for.
Oh, it's all for practice sake.
Oh yeah. Oh, hi, mines. Oh, bye, Ravagers.
Oh well, at least I can't kill your natural anymore at this point. Like, there's too much shit there. The queens are actually helping out a lot. I should probably actually go home at this point now I think about it. So when you see me leave as well at this point, you see my army leave. This is a good moment for you to go ahead and just send the rest of your army as well. So this is like, this is a good example of using the all army hotkey. This is a good moment to use all army. There's not very many of them, but this is one.
I like how you that you killed the lair instead of the hatch, the macro hatch.
I mean, you know.
It's like you played this game or something. Oh!
I played it once or twice.
Yeah, you got a lot of marauders in this build. Yeah.
I've probably been macroing a little better than he was as well, but
yeah. So
anyways.
And I still end up losing that engagement regardless. But
like,
no, that makes more sense.
Yeah, like practice wise that was way better than how that went, right? I mean, I wasn't going easy right there whatsoever, right? So, and that was still, like, there was still room for improvement, right? Where you had your Zerglings running around the third, and then they sort of went back to the main, and they sort of run to their deaths because they were move command. Like, there's little things, but
yep.
Yeah, that was way better than the first attempt that we did, and I mean, if you probably would have taken, let's say, the other gold base as a follow-up as well after losing the main, right? Remember when I sniped the main?
Yep.
If you found the APM somewhere to start up the other gold and just rally the workers that you had over there, like, I mean, you would be in a very good position. So, anyways, it was just practice to defend against drops, and I think that went very nicely there.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. So, I don't know if you have any questions. Oh, Massengo actually said, "Well played, Lowko. Learned a lot as well." Nice. Thanks for the help. dude. And actually, the guy's platinum as well. Got to keep that in mind, right? Like he's not a he's not.
Well,
gold.
and I actually like that. I mean, that's where I'm headed. So I need to learn how to beat plat players, and I mean, what better way?
Yeah, exactly.
No, I think that I've got something to go off of at least. It's it's going to be a matter of microing. And I saw a couple people posted it in the chat that I didn't have a baneling nest, and I'm sure that there's a bit of a bump if I can figure out banes as well. But this is a good opportunity for me to work on that micro, so
yeah,
I can do that.
Yeah, and just keep the bases in mind of like making a lot of drones first and then making the army. Okay. Tony, thank you for the resub, sir. Appreciate that. But yeah, like keep on practicing it, and just let me know if you run into something. I think if you play like this in Gold League, where you make this many workers early on and then start making units, you shouldn't be losing at least 30. Like you shouldn't be losing 65% of the games, right? I think you should have a much easier time anyway.
Yeah, well, hopefully next time you and I work, that number is going to be significantly higher, because it's an embarrassingly low one right now.
All right.
But we'll get there.
I'm counting on it, man. Sometime next month, okay?
Okay.
All right, dude. Are you okay, by the way, if I upload this to YouTube as well?
Oh, absolutely. I hoped you would.
Oh, all right. Well, there you go. Awesome, man. Thank you very much. And yeah, let me know how things go, okay? Keep me in the loop.
Yeah, will do. Thanks for the fun.
All right, man. Take care.
See ya.
Bye.